Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I hereby present a quick overview of the past 10 years of IQRA on behalf of the masjid and the volunteer team. This presentation was originally presented on the night of the 27th Taraweeh, 5th April 2024, and covers our past achievements, current progress, and future ambitions. Lastly, but most importantly, we'll go over how you, the community, can support us.
So we're going to discuss four things today, inshallah ta'ala. What we've done since we began, then versus now. What we offer today as a masjid, at the madrasa and other services that we offer. What ambitions we have for the community, for the masjid, and going forward. And how, most importantly, I'll reiterate, more importantly, how you can support us. And inshallah ta'ala, we'll have opportunities for people to come forward with their abilities and skills to try and support the committee members, the volunteers, inshallah. So we begin with the first one, which is then versus now. So IQRA was bought in 2014 when previously, unfortunately, this was a nightclub. You can see the new Lysort club. It was the new Lysort. Just come over here. It was the new Lysort club, and alhamdulillah, IQRA bought it over around about 10 years ago. You can see in the pictures over there. This is how it used to look, and alhamdulillah, after being bought, this is what it looks today, alhamdulillah. And it's the blessed name of a masjid now instead of a pub. When we started making refurbishments and there was building works being carried out, this is how the foyer looked at the time. And alhamdulillah, today you can see the entrance to the foyer is the hall we're sitting in today. The prayer hall, as when work was starting back in the days, how it looked upstairs and how it looks today, alhamdulillah. There's safs, there's the kalma la ilaha illallah, there's lighting, and obviously it is for the sake of worshipping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The downstairs prayer hall, again, where all the men are sitting right now and the presentation is being presented. You can see this reminds me of the old days and the sweet memories of when the pub was converted into a masjid and the Isha Salah started taking place. And we all used to gather down here with the committee members giving adhan ourselves. And then we had the halogen heaters warming up in the cold months. And we were making remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Those were the days when I can easily remember that those were one of the best salahs that I ever offered, the most peaceful salahs I've ever offered. Today, alhamdulillah, we've got a screen, we've got the madrasa tools we can see over there, we've got a shelf with the Quran, and again, this building, which was previously a pub, now the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has been mentioned regularly. Again, another view of the old times, and we've got the kitchen door and the new door that we built for the youth club, specifically for the activities to be carried out. We got the wudu room. This was obviously the picture when the work was again started and how it looks today. Alhamdulillah, obviously, work's been completed. We just recently installed new mats downstairs as well. There's labels. Again, a reminder to brothers. You can see that there's posters on the walls. Kindly use these and follow the instructions. The mortuary room back in the days, again, unfortunately, used to be a cellar. And alhamdulillah, that has been transformed into a much more useful thing, which is a mortuary. You can see the eventual resting place of where every one of us is going to go. Alhamdulillah, this is run by Imran Bhai, may Allah Ta'ala give him rewards. And there's a bed for cleaning the dead body. We will move on to the next section, which is the current facilities. So obviously, given this is a masjid, we have 5 daily prayers with the adhan. We've got Jummah Salahs. Alhamdulillah, IQRA offers 2 Salahs to accommodate the community. One, and there's about half an hour gap between the 2 of them. We also have the mortuary. Obviously, we organize Janazah Salahs for the deceased as well. Alhamdulillah, we are lucky to have a room which is slightly outside of the premises of the Salah, which means it's right next to the mortuary, and we can organize the Janazah Salah quite easily as well. So one of the more important things about our community and the masjid is the madrasa, what our Madrasah journey has been. So we began with humble beginnings of 2 teachers. We had only 2 classes, and we only had 10 students. This was back in the days. Times have changed, alhamdulillah. We've got 12 teachers, this is 6 times, 10 classes, 224 students. And there's 100+ waiting list. This is one of the reasons why we are having this presentation with you guys, is to try and reiterate the reason that we need to continue growing and we need your support in this. Since Previous years, we alhamdulillah have deployed a madrasa management system. This is our continued desire to improve the system and benefit the students more than we can. Specific curriculum, which is an-nasiha. So we're not just a place where people will come and study the Quran, the students will come and learn tajweed, but they're also learning etiquettes of Islam and knowledge of Islam, which is going to benefit them in their houses, in their workplaces, eventually in the future, in the schools and everywhere else. The Madrasah Journey tomorrow is what we are striving to make ourselves better in. The eventual agenda for IQRA Masjid is the model, which is the Masjid al-Nabawi. When the time of the Prophet ﷺ, the Masjid was the center of everything. It was the center of trade, discussions, war, guidance, teaching, and whatnot. So that is the agenda for us. Inshallah ta'ala, I'll mention a bit about what we hope to achieve in the future with IQRA Madrasa, inshallah. So moving on to the next service that we offer is the funeral. Like I said, Imran Bhai is running it normally, and we've got a team of volunteers that support him. So Newport, alhamdulillah, is blessed to be the first masjid to have a registered funeral director. We have 11 funerals that we've conducted so far, and alhamdulillah, we recently have had a dedicated private ambulance. You can see, alhamdulillah, it's normally parked outside, which is a very good benefit because we can use our own vehicle to accommodate the deceased family. We got support with burial and relevant paperwork, and we got a very good experience within the volunteers. And we got a state-of-art mortuary facilities. There's warm water, there's taps, there's tools, and there's also a cold room. We can accommodate around about 3 bodies at one time. The youth club. Now this is the most interesting one for the young ones. Alhamdulillah, we got a youth club for the past 2-3 years, which has been running by Ali Bhai, may Allah bless him. He's been very active and he's been leading it alongside Ayaz. We've got activities not only for the guys, but also the girls as well. We've got activities ranging from football, workshops, picnics, spiritual nights, fundraising, boxing, reminders, picnics and day outs and whatnot. The benefit of having a youth club is to make sure that the young community can connect with the masjid and understand that life can be enjoyed while you're in the ambience of the masjid. You can keep your children away from the streets and keep them informed about day-to-day, fast-moving Western world that we are in. And it's important that the youth club, where children are not only just taught different things on a daily routine, but they're also allows you to improve their health and well-being, and also allows them to improve their fitness as well. So Ramadan, alhamdulillah, the month of Ramadan, we've always had iftar since the beginning in 2016. Again, humble beginnings. I remember I was one of the 5 volunteers when we started in 2016. And alhamdulillah, today we are, and we used to serve up to 50 people. I remember back in the days when we used to have anything above than 40 people, we used to start panicking. Today, we've got 220 Muslims on average. So up to 250 people on some occasions, which have food with us every night, alhamdulillah. Around 170 to 50 is the difference between the men and the women. We got Taraweeh since 2017, so a year afterwards we began iftar. Alhamdulillah, Khatam-e-Quran as it is today is always served with refreshments. Again, to benefit the community, we've got the second Taraweeh, which happens around about 1 to 2 hours after the main Taraweeh happens, again to accommodate people who are not available in the evening time. And finally, Etikaf. There's a dedicated hall upstairs. We've got curtains and privacy dividers accommodating their privacy, and we have around about 7 to 8 people accommodations dedicated. We can make space if there's more people as well. Other facilities. So to just quickly summarize everything else that we do, evening snacks. Alhamdulillah, may Allah bless Khalid Bhai, he's always here, Umar Bhai, Sulaiman Khan, and they're always here to accommodate people when they come here for snacks and bringing food from their own pockets. May Allah bless them. As a result of that, we have a gathering in IQRA normally on Fridays where everyone comes together, has a chat, discusses their issues, and it's a place to relieve stress. Again, one of the sunnahs of the time of the Prophet ﷺ's masjid. We have the services of nikah. We've already conducted around about, I think, probably a dozen nikah already. Shahada, in the past 5 years, we've already had around about half a dozen people take Shahada. We recently had the Arab Jamaat come over, mashallah, and another brother had taken their Shahada as well. It's a very beautiful moment, and a moment where Muslims who were born as Muslims to have a reminder of how it feels to take Shahada. Again, consultations with the Imam. I'd like to take this opportunity to specifically mention Maulana Arif's name, that he has been a guide for us spiritually and religiously and practically, for the volunteers, for the committee members, for his students, and he has always thought about the benefit of his students, always. That's the deep-rooted thing and concern that he has in his heart. So may Allah Ta'ala bless him and his family, inshallah. Community work. So we've also had community work where we communicate and collaborate with different organizations. For example, UKIM is one of them, where we normally have every Sundays on the afternoons. We distribute food at the back in the volunteers room. And other than that, we have volunteers inside the masjid who support people who are students and elsewhere, and people who have recently taken the Shahada to help them establish themselves firmly into the fold of Islam. And at the same time, we've got volunteers who support these students by guiding them about visa stuff and information and how they can secure the jobs as well. Ambitions. So this is what we are today and what we would like to be in the future. So this is the section where we have our goals laid out for us. The reason we have this is so that you can see where we want to go, and then we can challenge ourselves to be better, inshallah. So beginning with the madrasa. Now this is the most critical one, and this is where we need your support as well. So you can see that the goals we've laid out for ourselves is increasing the capacity. We've highlighted that we had 100 plus waiting list, which means that there is a high demand for more students to be enrolled. What we want to do is, with the current facilities that we already have, we want to start a weekend madrasa. But obviously that would require more resources, more manpower. This is where we need the support. We plan to do student digital diaries and progress tracker on a regular basis. This means we are serious about the teachings of the student, and we take madrasa quite seriously. Again, credit where due to Maulana Sahab. Parents portal, again, so that the parents are informed of what their child is learning on a daily basis. Madrasa newsletter, teacher training, adult learning and curriculum. Now, we don't really have the adult learning and curriculum yet, but this is what we want to do so that we just don't benefit the students. Sometimes you never know when Allah Ta'ala gives you hidayah and you have a love for the deen and you want to study further. And this is where this comes in, but again, requires support from the community. And again, hifz classes. Maulana just mentioned in his dua that we are in dire need of imams, of scholars to come and support masajids in Newport. Funeral. The next section, this is where we want to establish a dedicated Muslim cemetery. Obviously, we already understand how dense these cemeteries are getting, and that's a concern. Establishing a Muslim burial council for Newport residents, and then creating a burial fund as well for people like students and elsewhere who are in dire need and they can't support themselves financially. And then finally, we've already got the mortuary room at the back. We hope to improve the facilities over the time. Madrasa, and then we got extensions. So extension, what we're planning as well, again, like I said, to improve the infrastructure. We're hoping that we can get an extension above the ladies' entrance and establish a room there. This will help us to host larger communities, help the youth club, help the capacity for the madrasa. And then in Jummah Salah, where last weekend on the Friday, we had people wait outside the masjid. So alhamdulillah, we need a little bit more space. Digitalisation project, obviously, it's a little late. The world is heading towards ChatGPT and the next ChatGPT. But obviously what we're now trying to do is we're trying to establish a website for IQRA. What we want to do is create an app for IQRA so that we can broadcast the adhans and any speeches and the Jummah khutbah directly to your mobiles. And hopefully the plan is to have this an auto play. So as soon as the salah goes, the azan goes, you will hear it, inshallah ta'ala. We're also active on the YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp, and Mixler. So if you are subscribed to any of these apps, then please do subscribe to our account. Hopefully it will be of benefit. Finally, the most important and the most critical one that I see today, and the main purpose of the presentation again, is to support us. This masjid is for the community, and it's for the benefit of the community, and it's only where it is today because of the support from the community. There's two forms of supporting us. The first form is donating. We already, alhamdulillah, had pledges today, and people who already paid, may Allah Ta'ala reward them abundantly. People who've already pledged and they're yet to pay, please, inshallah Ta'ala, make the commitments and make the donations. For anyone else who wishes to make a support to IQRA Masjid, not through financial means, is by joining the volunteer team. So I am an active member of the IQRA volunteer team. There's Khalid Bhai, who's looking after food, Umar Bhai, Salman, Shoaib, Ismail, Salman. There's so many people that at the time of iftar, we're nearly 25 to 30 people looking after the masjid. Obviously, not only would you benefit your own social well-being, but also get lots of rewards in the akhirah. So what do we do on a regular basis? We help support events like one that is today. We are developing the website and apps. We are doing maintenance of the masjid on a regular basis. Thursday evenings after Maghrib Salah, we are cleaning the masjid and maintaining it for the Jummah Salah. And then we're also supporting the reverts, and then we need admin and teaching support for the madrasa. Now this is where people who think, okay, they can volunteer and come forward. You got the number at the bottom. You can message them, you can call them, and you can let them know that you are interested to join the team. Like I said, it is going to be beneficial not only in your akhirah, but also in your practical and professional life. That was the end of it. Jazakallah for your attention. And like I said, we got 4 platforms that you can connect with us, and you got the number at the bottom. Please connect with these numbers and request to volunteer. Jazakumullah khairan. May Allah Ta'ala reward you for your time.